Hello everyone from YouTube. It is me, Razier Official. That is how you spell it, if anyone is, or pronounce it, if anyone is confused by it. Anyways, I'm here to talk about two weapon archetypes that we could have in the future of Monster Hunter. Because everyone wants new weapons, including me. But how would you add new weapons to a balanced system of 14? Well, may I introduce to you what I think is the best idea. Taking two weapon archetypes, taking two weapons and their archetypes and making new ones. We all know the gun lance. Similar to the lance, but a gun, it still comes with a shield. Now, I thought of the idea of the long rifle. Remove the shield, which will remove defensive capabilities, but allowing you to two-hand the gun spear. The gun spear then can be used in two-handed attacks that are much stronger than the normal gun lance or lance in general. So what you lack in defensive capabilities, you make up for in raw damaging power. However, you could also do an offset attack, similar to when you do this, and you press, 1 second. I could swear to God you could do that. Hold on. Similar to when you do... I did the thing earlier. I guess I'm not in combat right now, so it's not allowing me to. But similar when you press the button, and it's not allowing me. Okay, sorry. This is going pretty badly. I did it earlier when I tried to do this video before, but my audio was lower, so it didn't really sound like anything. It sounded like gibberish. When you do something like this, and you do the whole, like, wound attack crap. Oh, you gotta aim down sights and do it, right? Yes, you do something like this, and you can do an offset attack by two-handing it, damaging the monster and knocking him on his ass. I like the idea of the long rifle. Yes, you could still do shelling like this. However, without the shield, it would be much better at pure defense. Or not pure defense, at pure damage. Therefore, while you lack the ability to block, as mentioned before, you will make up for in damage. Now, the second weapon type that I think people would like. Now, we're switching to the Insect Glaive. And yes, I got the two Hope versions just to do this video. So, the Insect Glaive. Now, we all know about the Insect Glaive and how good it is as a weapon. However, what people like me and many others, I'm not the only one, so don't act like I'm the only one, is some of us don't like the bug. Because the bug is, well, unfortunately, ugly and also unappealing to look at. So, why not remove the bug and make it the War Spear? What you will lack for, and, you know, the general consensus of aid from either your bug's blast or elemental or healing ability, severing or blunt attack, while you will lack that, you will gain more powerful two-handed strikes, like the long rifle. You could two-hand the weapon, dealing extra damage with more thrusts, slashes, and whacks. So you could actually knock them, so it would do more stun damage as well. Again, what you lack for in support, you will make up for in pure damage raw archetype. The War Spear would look more appealing too, because guess what? You don't have an ugly bug on your arm. And nor do you need one. So instead of rather hiding the bug as an option in the future, why not give us the ability to remove it from the archetype altogether, so we can only have a spear minus a support, which will be its own challenge, and people might actually give it a try for once in a while without the bug. That's just my idea. Now, I have a third weapon idea for the 15th weapon. Here's the idea. See, there's a game called Dauntless, and I know I'm veering off a little bit here with this, but the game called Dauntless, which I used to play a lot, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. I've had videos on it, especially my frustrations with the game. It used to have a weapon called the Adamant Fist, which were literally a way to punch the behemoths, as they were called in that game. However, since it has been dead, and has been dead for at least a few years now, it would be nice, well, it's been about 2 years since it died, it would be nice for Monster Hunter to take the same concept of the Adamant Fist and bring it into this game. Or bring back the Tompas, since we had those before, as 15th weapon. Either way, it would give us the ability to literally punch a Rathalos right in the fucking face and make it our bitch, because that's what we want to do, without looking like Akuma. Now, I love the Akuma armor, and I love the ability to do his moveset, but it lacks inspiration because I'm forced to look like him. If you would allow us to, I don't know, layer our own armor on top of our own character while punching, we would be happier. And this is going to this is if the developers see this video or someone forwards this to the developers, which I would be grateful if you do, because I would like them to hear my idea. It would be nice if the Akuma gear could be layered, so we don't actually have to worry about looking like him and still punching our monsters in the face. So we could do that. But the Adamant Fist idea is still a well idea. It adds an entirely new weapon that adds your kung fu moves that Akuma does into the game without having to look like Akuma. Plus, you could add so many other goddamn combos and stuff to it to make it more unique in its own weapon type. It would have lower damage than all the other weapons, sure, but it makes up for it in stun power. By either punching the monster in the head enough stuns it to the ground, like if it has those little like seeing stars like thing, when you see their head have little like flashing dots. You could do that. Or it could act like flash flies if you hit them enough. Or if it doesn't knock them down, it will make them blind, and you can attack them around their body. But that's my ideas for what I have. Anyways, if you did come to the end of the video, I thank you for listening this far and taking into my consideration of what I had to offer. Thank you, random person. I don't even know what that means. Sorry, I don't speak that language. Anyways, thank you for listening if you did make it this far and decided to listen to my ideas. If you like my ideas, please tell me what you think and what ideas you would add to the weapons to make them better. Anyways, I'll leave it off here. If you forward this to the developers of Capcom, that would be nice. I would like them to hear my idea as well. Band together, let's make some new weapon archetypes. That's all I have. Goodbye.